All right, everybody. Doubleheader today against Indiana Elite here in Fort Wayne. Got this netting kind of right in front of the camera here, so not the greatest picture, but hopefully not too bad. All right, we'll start out with, looks like Cam Black and net. We'll have Cash Christian and Cam Hill back at D. Colin Peters at right wing, Braden Morris at center, and Peyton East at left wing. Hits it up the boards and out of the zone. Cash skates it in. We got Page, Burnett, Ludlow up front, Conrad and Bomer back at D. And that's offsides. Conrad into the corner, hits it up the boards. And Ludlow will have a chance at it here. Puck's rolling on him. Gets it laid down, shot, and that's a goal. All right. 1-0 here, Toledo. We'll keep our D-line with Bomer and Conrad out. We'll bring in Robbins, Myers, and Epler up front. Epler's got it, sends it over towards Robbins. Conrad sends it up to Robbins. Robbins tries to get it dumped in, but hits the body. Right through Finn's legs, and that's a goal. We'll see in the next year or two, they'll start practicing more playing the body, and kids this age really get just focused on playing the puck. But as the game gets more physical, even before checking's allowed, you'll have next year at Pee Wee level, they'll start hopefully playing the body on those instead of trying to go for the puck. So that's going to be an icing. Myers into the corner with it. Centers for Hepler. Oh, nice save there from the goaltender. We've got Short and Christian at D still. Robbins, Myers, Hepler up front. We got a 3-on-1 develop here. Myers at the puck. Robbins to his right. Pass over. Shot. Goes a little high. All right, we get Hill and Conrad come in at D. And we're going to have Conrad go to the box as soon as we touch it here. All right. Indiana's got their goalie out, so we got a 6-on-5 as of right now. They're going to try to keep possession of it here, get a scoring chance. And we touch it, and we'll be on the penalty kill. All right, we've got Bomer and Hill in at D. We've got Morris and Boyer up at forward. Nice save there from Black. Get a penalty here. There's a whistle blown with Indiana having possession of the puck. I don't know what they called. Puck just comes out of the zone. I don't know what happened, but all right, we're gonna keep Bomer and Hill back at D. We'll keep Boyer and Morris up front. Shot from the point, deflected, and Bomer pokes it away, gets it up to the point, and it's going to be out of the zone. We're going to change out our D here, one of them anyways. And nice save there by Cam. All right, we'll have Short and Christian back at D. We'll have Page and Boyer, it looks like, up front. I forgot to pause it. We still got like 15 seconds of the penalty kill here. All right, we're back to 5-on-5. We've got Page, Burnett with a shot, and Ludlow up front, Christian and Short still back at D. Short's going back for it and hits it up and out of the zone. And we got a penalty for a slash coming against us, I think. Yeah, Christian's going to go to the box here. We'll be back on the penalty kill. We'll have Conrad and Hill back at D. Ludlow and Burnett up front. Indiana moving it around pretty well here. And nice save there for Black. On the one-timer there. Block there from Hill. Up and out of the zone. We'll get a line change here. All right, we've got Bomer and Short out at D, Ludlow and Robbins up front, and Hepler up front too. And rebound goes in. 1-2 game right now. What's that, buddy? As long as you stay on this side, don't go all the way down, okay? Stay right in this area. All right, we'll have Bomer and Short back at D, Robbins, Myers, Hepler up front. Shot from the blue line. Oh man, that got tipped by the defenseman and almost went in. Short goes back with it. And puck comes out of the zone. Puck goes out of play. All right, we've got Christian and Hill back at D. Myers, Robbins, and Epler up front. Christian keeps it in. Myers has it, takes it to the center. And puck is dumped in and stopped by Black. Black got sprayed there with some ice, and his teammates took some exception to that. All right, we will keep Hill and Christian back at D. Nice, Morris, and Peters up front. Almost led to a 2-on-1 there. The defenseman kind of lost an edge, but was able to get his stick out and keep that puck in the zone right at the last second. Shot from the point, still loose. All right, a few Indiana players are changing here on this shift. We've been kind of stuck out for a while. Yeah, oh man, they had 2 kids driving the net there. Nice to get an icing or something here. To the blue line, but not out. I think Indiana's got a full line change kind of during this shift. Blocked by Christian. Puck's gonna come out. Here we go. Ludlow is able to get out a change at some point here. Page is out. Burnett's out. Bomer keeps it in somehow at the blue line. Now it comes out. Right, Conrad's back with it. No icing. Bomer flips it up and out. We got about 2 minutes left here in the period. We've got Ludlow, Page, Burnett still up front, Bomer and Conrad still back at D. Bomer comes up with it back behind the boards, chips it up to Page, gets it up and out of the zone, and we'll go for a change. Short and Christian back at D. Robbins there intercepts it. Robbins, Myers, and Hepler up front. Oh, barely onside there. Hepler shot and still loose. Comes out of the zone. Kept in by short. Oh, bounced out.
Come on, Cherokee! You got it! You got it! Let's go!
All right. Still short. And Christian at D. Still Hepler, Myers, Robbins up front. Hepler tries to center it to Myers, but couldn't get there. The end of this first. Score is 1-2. All right, start of the second here. We'll have Myers, Hepler, Robbins up front, Hill, and Conrad back at deep. Face-off win to Toledo. And Robbins dumps it in. We'll chase it down. Hepler's got it. All right, Indiana drives towards the net. All right. Nice kill there by Black. Bring in Peters, Morris, Boyer up front, still Conrad, and Hill back at D. Offsides, just barely. It's close. All right, same lines. Boyer drives in towards the net. And we've got Hill out with Bomer at D right now. Bomer's going to go back, and that's going to be an icing. All right, we'll have Bomer in short at D. Page, Ludlow, Burnett up front. Oh, just out of Finn's reach. And nice save there from Cam. Zone. And Short goes back into the corner with it. Offsides. There's almost too many men. All right, we'll bring in Christian and Hill at D, Hepler, Myers, and Robbins up front. Comes up with it, and back to Indiana. And Robin sends it down the ice. That'll be an ice. Indiana lead, works it, and kind of turnover, at least comes out of the zone here. Nope, no, kept in right on the blue line. Over to Robbins. Robbins pokes it out of the zone. Myers comes up with it, goes to the center, can't get a shot off. Back to Christian, to Hill, back to Christian. And Christian brings it in, shot. Just goes wide of the net. Over to, all right, Cash will dump it in. We'll get a change at D and forward too. Bomer and Conrad come in at D. Up front, we've got Peters, Morris, and Hepler. Hepler goes off, and Nice will go on. Puck's dumped down behind the net. Conrad goes back with it. Over to Nice. Bomer goes back with it. Nice sends it up to the blue line, but not out. Peter sends it back behind the net. Go Finn, go. Bowman's got it, launches it around the boards, up to the blue line, but not out. And puck's out of the zone at least. We do get a change at forward. We've got Ludlow, Burnett, and Page come in. Bomer and Conrad still back at D. Offsides there. All right, we'll get a change of D here. We've got Christian and Short come in. Christian sends it up the boards. Kept in. Christian's got Page. Just passed. All right. Page tries to get it across to Burnett. All right, Ludlow's got it. Puts it towards the net, and goalie will have to cover. See if we get any penalties out of this. Alright, we'll just get Ludlow will go to the box, and one for Indiana Elite goes. So we'll still should be at 5-on-5 still. We'll have Morris, Burnett, and Page up front. Christian and Short at D. Alright, Morris has it, brings it in the zone. Christian's got it at the point. Shot. Puck is loose. Still. All right. We get a whistle there. Ref thought that it looked covered, and so we get one of our parents getting kicked out. I don't know who. But all right, let's mute this for a sec till this all gets worked out. All right, here we go. We're still at 5-on-5. No penalties or anything out of that. Ref thought it was covered from his angle, blew the whistle, and our parents did not like that. It was still loose, so. But all right, we've got Christian and Short still at D here. We've got Paige, Burnett, and Morris up front. Nice stop there from Cam. All right, we've got Conrad and Hill at D. Myers, Robbins, Hepler up front. And goalie covers. Myers gets tripped. We've got a delayed penalty against Indiana Elite coming. Puck is put on net. Oh, man. All right. So, well, I think our first power play of the game here. We'll keep Hill and Conrad, and at D, Myers, Hepler, and Robbins up front. Hill keeps it in. Robbins, oh man, Robbins just kind of lofted it towards the net. We almost got a rebound there. Bounces over Hill's stick. Conrad will be the first one back. Gets it to Hill. He sends it up. Robbins has it, tries to send it down, and it forces the goalie to come out. One of the Indiana players tried to stop it to center ice. I think it bounced off his glove. All right, we're going to change out D. We'll bring in Bomer and Short. Up front, we've got Myers, Robbins, Hepler still. Puck back to Bomer. Keeps it in. Hepler moves it to Myers. Oh, man. Hepler had a chance there. Kind of got just too much height on it. All right, Short keeps it in. Sends it towards the net. And puck's going to come out. Offsides. Still got about 18 seconds left on the power play here. We're going to keep the same lines. Face-off win. Hepler moves it into Myers. Myers over to Robbins. Robbins puts a shot on net. And goalie saves it with his glove. No rebound there. Ten seconds left on the power play. Comes out of the zone. That'll probably do it for the power play here. Oh man, I think that hit the tip of Cam's stick and stayed out. Either that or the crossbar, one of the two. Kid's shifty. Nice save there from Cam. And Bowman's gonna hit it out of the zone. He's gonna go for icing. Nope. No icing. We're gonna get Robbins go to the penalty box here for a check. Or interference, one of the two. I don't know what they called. We'll have Peters and Boyer up front. Hill and Christian back at D. Puck is out of the zone. No icing on that. Christian sends it to Hill. Out of the zone. Peters has it. And we're going to get a penalty coming against Peters here for a hook. And we'll be at 5-on-3. All right, so we'll keep Hill and Christian as our D-men. We'll have Morris up front. Indiana will take their time here to move it around, look for an open shooting lane. Nice save there from Cam. One of our guys out, back to 4-on-5. And puck's out of the zone. So we got Neese and Morris up front right now. And that's offsides. All right, we got 23 seconds left here on the second penalty and just 42 seconds left in the period. All right, we'll have Conrad and Bomer come in at D. Neese and Morris stays out of offense. forward. Pressure. Oh. Nice save there from Cam. All right, 11 seconds here left. We're back to 5-on-5. Okay, so we'll keep Bomer and Conrad at D. We'll have Neese, Peters, and Morris stay out up front. And kept in the blue line. Shot goes into the corner. Just keep it in the corner. And that's the end of the period. All right, end of the second. Still a score of 1-2. All right, start of the third. We'll have Burnett, Ludlow, Page up front. We'll have Conrad and Bomer back at D. Still Cam Black and net. Just a slight delay here. All right. Here we go. All right, Toledo with the face-off win, gets it in the zone. Dumped in. Bomer sends it back up the boards. All right, puck is out of the zone and then dumped in. Conrad goes back behind the net for it. Puck is out of the zone. Our D's going to change out. We'll have Short and Christian back at D. And nice save there from Black. All right, we'll have front, Hepler, Myers, and Robbins. Out of the zone. That'll be offsides. Cash moves it up to Robbins. Robbins gains the zone, has Myers to his left. Oh man, nice backhand there from Myers. Reed saw Myers open in front of the net, passed it. Didn't have a great shot. Was able to kind of send it in on his backhand, and that's a goal. 2-2. Keep Short and Christian, and at D, keep our forwards out. Myers has it. And he's skating with it. Brings it in the zone. Changes direction. Centers to Hepler. Oh, top his stick. Christian keeps it in. And up to Myers. We've got... there we go. We had one guy back at D. Yep, and there's a 4-on-1 that develops. Forward stop skating, and that's a goal. That'll be one to watch some video on right there. Definitely some learning opportunities from that shift, I think. All right, so 2-3 here. All right, we're gonna have Hill and Conrad back at D, Morris, Peters, and Boyer up front. Up to Boyer and chips it up into the zone. We got Peters going to the net. Tries to get it over. Couldn't get the pass through. Work there from Boyer. Shot.
Get it, boys!
Peters has it. Passes back to Ludlow. We've got Ludlow, Page, Burnett up front. Out of the zone. We got Burnett on the far side. Able to get it in deep. And we got Bomer and Short and a D. Oh. Short goes into the corner with it, sends it back around to Page. out of the zone. Finn. That one snuck in. Bohm recovered the pass instead of stopping the guy from the wraparound. 2-4. Still a lot of hockey here. We got shy of 9 minutes left to play here in the game. All right. We've got Robbins, Myers, Hepler up front. Robbins shot and goalie covers. Neither goalie really has given up much in the way of rebounds today. We've got Christian and Hill back at D. Myers tried to flip it up to Robbins, but could not get through. 2-on-1 develops here. Pass just out of reach. All right, up to Hepler. Christian's got it. He's got Hepler and Robbins. And puck's still loose. And that could be an ice. All right. We'll have Conrad and Boehmer back at D. Ludlow, Neese, and Peters up front. Face-off went back towards Toledo, but not able to be kept in the zone. Save there from Black. He was screened. I don't think you could see that well. All right, so still Boehmer and Conrad at D, still Peters, and Boehmer's trying to clear it out there. Ludlow, Peters, and Neese up front. there. Puck was still loose. All right, 5:44 to play, down by 2. We'll have Page, Morris, Burnett up front. Short and Christian back at D. We get a penalty coming against Christian will go to the box, I think, for either check or interference, one of the two. We'll be back on the penalty kill. All right, we are on the penalty kill right now. We'll have Morris and Burnett up front. Hill and Short back at D. And Hill covers. Oh, man. Puck was redirected there, I think by someone on our team. Nice save there from Cam. And 52 seconds left on the penalty kill here. Keep our D out, change our forwards. We've got Page and Neese coming in. Save there from Hill, and a shot in the goal. All right, that was a power play goal for Indiana, 2-5. All right, we've got Bomer and Conrad back at D. Hepler, Myers, and Robbins up front. Nice steal there from Myers. Tries to get it to Robbins, couldn't get through. Offsides. Weird bounce off the boards. Puck is up and out of the zone. That's offsides. Goes out of play and almost hit Coach Ludlow in the head with that. Might have, actually, I don't know. So we still got Bomer and Conrad at D, still Myers, Robbins, and Hepler up front. Myers brings it in the zone. Tries to get it centered. We got a penalty coming up, I think, against Indiana. power play here. Keep it in. Homer gets that up to Myers. Passes to Robbins on the far side. Robbins dumps it down behind the net. The Hepler. Hepler tries to center it to Myers. Myers has it behind the net. Sees Conrad back at the point. Conrad dumps it back down. Myers gets it to Robbins. Tries just to do a quick backhand. And sent down. That's going to be an icing. And we'll play that. All right, we got about 27 seconds left here in the power play. We'll have Christian and Short back at D. Ludlow, Neese, and Boyer up front. Ludlow's going to skate it in. Passes to Boyer just out of his reach. All right, less than 2 minutes left to go here. We play again, I think, at 5:30 tonight. Double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's around 5:30 or so, maybe 6:30. I don't remember, but same team again. Indiana just played a little bit more disciplined than we did this game. Most of the game, I feel like they moved the puck pretty well. They stayed out of the box a little bit better than we did, and that's a goal. All right, 2-6. We went down by 2 earlier on, and I feel like our intensity just kind of went down a little bit after that. All right, 2-6. Minute 20 left. We've got Morris, Page, Burnett, Short, and Christian back at D. Short's got it. Brings it in the zone. Really lucky there. Got a whistle on that. Ref thought it was covered. It's not. It happens a lot during games. Refs do the best they can. All right, who we got? Hill and Conrad at D. Page, Burnett, Morris up front. Nice play there from Cam. All right, so we will play again, like I said, later on today. Same team again. See if we can turn it around for the next one. All right, we'll see you guys then.